This is It Takes Two, Amy Eiler, JJ Gordon, and it is Tuesday, so it's Two Tall Times Terribly Trivial Tuesday Tidbits.
Today, man, what am I doing here? Admiral Stockdale
Welcome back
said,
from vacay.
Who am I and what am I doing here?
Let's talk about the historic weather on your vacay, because you had some.
Do we have to? I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I did bring it up when I walked in here.
Did you, I guess the question is, did everyone blame you? Did you bring a little tailwind with you, and that's how you ended up?
No, the beauty of this whole thing is nobody knows who I am out there. So
although
I did run into one person, but I can't go any. Janelle says,
did you really?
Oh, yeah. I can't go anywhere. We were there for a week. The first 2 days were nice. Monday, we were there. First day, 77, sunny, no wind. Next day, 77, windy. Then it went downhill, windy, showery, and turning colder, so that by the last day we were there Friday, it was probably in the low to mid-50s and scattered showers, but it had worse. The problem was we had to get to the mountains to go to the airport because we flew into Vegas and then drew from Vegas to Palm Springs, which is about a 4-hour ride to save money. So to go through the mountains again on the way home, there were blizzard warnings issued by the San Diego National Weather Service Office, which in its entire existence has never issued a blizzard warning, even for the mountains out there. So I'm down there for the first time this has ever happened. So we had to reroute our trip to avoid the snow in the mountains. Take a little bit of a longer trip to Las Vegas. Got to Vegas, get out of the car, it's 38 degrees. And I'm like, what in the world? What's going on here? This is crazy. So it was a chilly vacation, but at least as we told each other, it's warmer here than it is back home.
Yeah, it was real cold while you were gone, Tom.
So
don't worry. You, no matter what, as long as you were above zero, you were.
Yeah, I was looking pretty good there. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what's coming up because I caught a little bit of you today. We've got an interesting storm system that has made some changes in the last 24 hours.
Right. Yesterday when I got in and started talking about, this is yesterday now, I was looking at this, it's going to be a small low-pressure area, very narrow band of snow that was expected to hug the Dakotas border, northern extent, maybe reach I-94, U.S. Highway 10, give us about a trace to 2 inches of snow. So I went home last night thinking that's what's going to be the case. So I get up this morning, look at all the models. All of a sudden, this thing has slowed down. It's gotten broader, it's gotten stronger, and it's gotten slower. So what's going on is that it's going to cover a bigger area. It's tracking further north in addition to what I just said. And the end result is I'm pushing the snow further north up to halfway between Highway 200 and I-94. But also that means we here are going to get more snow, and there will be some places near the Dakotas border that could get 10, 11 inches of snow out of this, whereas people up around Cavalier, Langdon, maybe Grand Forks even there could see nothing. And right here, I'm looking at 4 to 8.
Now, it's interesting to me because this storm system, while it has slowed down, it seems to say hello and goodbye pretty quick. It's not like we've got a multi-day system.
Well, no. It's slowed down in terms of its arrival, JJ. It's still going to come and go. It's going to be kind of a drive-by. So that by the time we get up tomorrow morning, we'll be on the tail end of it. Now, the snowfall will end probably about 7, 8, 9 in the morning, depending on where you are. But the blowing and drifting, well, that'll be around most of the day tomorrow. So that's why the warning goes until 3 p.m. tomorrow, long after the snowfall has ended. So this could be a problem. Fortunately, here with this, we're not going to have the same types of wind that we had with the last system last week or the one the week before that, because those were real powerhouse winds, and we saw what that did with an inch of snow.
Yeah.
Now, if we had that kind of wind with what I'm expecting here, we'd be in a whole lot of trouble. But still, I would expect at the very least 2 hours late for buses to school, maybe some schools calling it off. In fact, a lot of them calling it off. And a real rough commute tomorrow morning for a lot of folks.
Okay, what's on the back end of this? So
just colder.
Just colder? That's it?
Temporarily. I mean, it's going to be cold Thursday, and then Friday morning it'll be cold. I think Thursday night, Friday morning, we could drop down a few degrees below zero. But by the weekend, we're bouncing back up into the 20s to near 30. So it does warm up again. Maybe some more light snow coming in early next week as well.
Is it March that they say comes in like a lion and out like a lamb?
Well, they say that, but, I go by in like a lion, out like a penguin or a polar bear. It's gonna, I mean, seriously, I think this March is going to be one, at least the first half of it, that we're not going to get too excited about. A lot of people think spring is coming, and eventually it will. March 1st, by the way, is the first day of meteorological spring. Astronomical spring, the spring that we always go by, is March 22nd, okay? This does not mean that tomorrow it's going to all be nice and this entire forecast I've been telling you is fake. It just means that it's something for us to think about. We're moving forward, but we're moving forward very slowly. I think March in itself is going to be a cold month. This has a lot of similarities to last winter, I think.
I got these fancy new outside lights that are all on timers now.
Oh, okay.
And so they turn on. And so they're right now set for December daylight. And so I noticed yesterday when I came home, boy, I got to turn these things back. They should be coming on at 7 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock. So at least we're getting that more daylight.
Well, we are gaining a lot. We're gaining about 25 minutes a week.
Yes.
So we are definitely, that's the only sign of spring I can think of. People say, oh, what's your first sign of spring? Longer days. That's happening at least. We got that going for us. The lights you talked about, we unplugged our Christmas lights, so we had to really dig through the snow. We have timers on ours, too, and we struggled to get them unplugged, but we did manage to do that.
Well, good. See, it's just the little things that make life worth living, right?
Right.
Okay, well, it sounds like if you are thinking about putting your snowblower away because tomorrow's the first day of spring, you're preempting that.
Tomorrow's the first day of March.
Of meteorological spring, right? Is that what we were saying?
First day of meteorological spring is March 1.
1.
First day of meteorological summer is June 1. Okay, they always go on the first day of the month for the seasons for record-keeping purposes. It's a lot easier that way.
That makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah. As far as putting the snowblower away, I'm thinking about perhaps doing that during the Minnesota fishing opener. I think by that time I might be pretty safe in putting the snowblower away.
And even that could still bite you in the butt.
And that could still get you too, as we all know. Anybody, if you're new here, if you're listening, and you haven't spent a winter here yet, it's never really over.
Yeah, it ain't over until it's over. And usually that's, July, you can feel like, I'm pretty sure we're
Not till
done.
the tall weatherman sings, and I'm not carrying a tune right now.
Tall Tom Szymanski is the chief meteorologist at KFGO. He'll be following the storm, so stay tuned to KFGO for all the updates. Tom, we appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.